When most people are asked to think of a luxury food, caviar is probably the first one that comes to mind. However, what exactly makes caviar so expensive? Caviar is fish eggs. Well, more specifically, roe that has been cured in salt. Roe is the term for fully developed fish egg mass, so yeah, caviar is fish eggs. Which raises a question, why are fish eggs so dang expensive? Well, that is because caviar is specifically fish eggs coming from the family Acipenseridae, aka the sturgeons. Now, there are 28 living species of sturgeon, and out of those 28, there's a handful of species commonly harvested for caviar. What all of these species have in common is that their populations are threatened in one way or another. Beluga sturgeon are critically endangered, white sturgeon are vulnerable. Basically, every sturgeon species associated with caviar has seen dips in their populations at some point. This wasn't always the case. In fact, there was a time in history when caviar was extremely cheap, to the point it was being handed out for free at local bars in the US. The price began to jack up due to over-harvesting. Everybody wanted caviar. The issue with sturgeon, though, is that they don't reproduce quickly. The average sturgeon can live over 50 years and won't start producing eggs until they're around 15 to 20 years old. Not only that, they're picky on when they decide to spawn these eggs. Conditions have to be perfect. Once they are, they can produce hundreds of thousands of eggs, which is great and all, but it's not likely that all of these eggs will turn into baby sturgeon. In fact, majority won't. So yeah, harvesting sturgeon in the 19th century wasn't really an issue because sturgeon were essentially everywhere, and it's not like they were killing the fish, they were just taking the eggs. There's no way that could become an issue later on. Oh, wait, it did. Caviar fisheries across the world began to notice a sharp decline in sturgeon populations to the point that certain species were on the brink of extinction. Heck, some still are. This resulted in the US getting out of the caviar game, allowing Russia to become the largest global producer, which resulted in Russian sturgeon populations also dropping. Scarcity drives value. So as sturgeon populations declined, caviar prices went up, leading to multiple world governments passing laws involving sturgeon in order to protect the various species. Today, nearly all caviar comes from sturgeon farms, which has greatly helped wild sturgeon populations. Of course, I said nearly because there is still a black market and people are still enticed by the idea of wild-caught caviar, even if it is exactly the same thing. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, take care.